Imagine this. Thousands of luxury apartments sitting empty, landlords offering free rent just to get tenants, and cities once known for record-high housing costs suddenly becoming affordable again. For the first time in nearly a decade, America's rent bubble is bursting. From Miami's glittering coastline to Los Angeles's skyline, a silent housing crisis is spreading. Not from a lack of homes, but from too many of them. Developers overbuilt, investors overpaid, and now the market is pushing back hard. In 2025, rents across several major U.S. cities are collapsing by 10 to 25%. It's a correction no one expected this soon. And it's reshaping how millions of Americans live, invest, and move. Welcome to Discover with Vivek. Today we uncover the top 10 U.S. cities where rent is collapsing and landlords are panicking in 2025, and why this may be the start of a housing shift that changes everything. Number 10, Seattle, Washington. Seattle's story is one of both growth and growing pains. Once fueled by the unstoppable tech expansion of Amazon and Microsoft, the city is now facing an uncomfortable slowdown. After years of rapid construction and an influx of tech workers, Seattle built far more housing than its population growth could sustain. By mid-2025, average rents had dropped nearly 9% year over year, the steepest decline in over a decade. In downtown areas, luxury apartments are offering free parking, waived deposits, and even 2 months of free rent, deals unheard of just a few years ago. The reason lies in changing work habits and shifting demographics. Remote work reduced the need to live close to offices, while thousands of workers relocated to nearby suburbs like Bellevue and Tacoma. Seattle's once red-hot rental market is now cooling, showing that even tech capitals are not immune to oversupply and shifting demand. Number 9, Denver, Colorado. Denver was once the darling of America's migration trend. Between 2015 and 2022, tens of thousands moved to Colorado for its jobs, scenery, and lifestyle. Developers rushed to build new apartment complexes to keep up, but by 2025, that overconfidence has come back to haunt them. Vacancy rates in Denver have reached their highest level in nearly a decade, and rents have fallen around 10% since last year. Many landlords are struggling to fill units, especially in high-rise downtown buildings. The problem is simple: supply far exceeds demand. Economic headwinds, including layoffs in logistics, construction slowdowns, and stagnant wage growth, have caused renters to seek cheaper housing or move back in with family. Denver's rent correction serves as a warning. When development runs ahead of demand, even strong cities feel the pain. Number 8, Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville's transformation from a cultural hub to an investment hotspot happened almost overnight. New apartments sprouted across the skyline, attracting both investors and out-of-state renters. But the speed of that expansion led to one thing: oversaturation. In 2025, average rents in Nashville have fallen nearly 12%, the steepest in the South. Downtown luxury towers and suburban communities alike are seeing empty units pile up. Landlords who once had waiting lists are now offering discounts, no deposits, and free first months to attract tenants. Experts blame the rapid pace of construction and flattening job growth. The entertainment and tourism industries haven't fully recovered to pre-pandemic levels, leaving many rental units unoccupied. Nashville's situation highlights how growth without sustainability can quickly turn into vulnerability. Number 7, Miami, Florida. Miami, once the playground for luxury investors and remote workers, is now one of the epicenters of the rent collapse. Between 2020 and 2023, rents surged by more than 40%. But in 2025, they've started falling, down by nearly 14% overall and up to 25% in luxury towers. Rising insurance premiums due to flood and hurricane risks have made maintaining properties extremely expensive. Many foreign investors, especially from Latin America, have pulled back as currency instability and higher U.S. interest rates erode profits. Developers oversupplied the market with high-end condos while ignoring affordable housing. Now, thousands of these luxury apartments sit half-empty. Miami's skyline may still look glamorous, but beneath it lies one of America's most fragile housing markets. Number 6, Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix became a migration magnet during the pandemic. Affordable homes, sunshine, and wide open space. But when rents climb too fast, the market always fights back. In 2025, rents in Phoenix are down around 13% compared to last year, and the vacancy rate is at its highest in more than a decade. What happened? The city built too much, too fast. Over 20,000 new rental units entered the market in just 2 years, while in-migration slowed dramatically. Many residents have also been hit by inflation and rising energy costs, leading to a wave of people moving to smaller towns nearby. The Phoenix rental correction is a textbook example of how unsustainable growth eventually meets reality. Number 5, Austin, Texas. Austin was once the crown jewel of America's tech boom, a city of startups, innovation, and skyrocketing rents. But in 2025, that dream has cooled dramatically. After years of tech-driven migration, massive layoffs in companies like Google, Tesla, and Meta have left thousands of apartments unoccupied. Rents have fallen 16% since 2024, while the number of available listings continues to climb. Even downtown luxury towers that once had waiting lists are now advertising deep discounts. With more than 30,000 new units expected to hit the market this year, Austin's rent correction may still have room to fall. It's a reminder that even the most booming tech city can overheat when demand dries up. Number 4, San Francisco, California. For years, San Francisco was America's most expensive city for renters, but now it's becoming a case study in market correction. Rents have dropped 18% from their 2023 highs as tech layoffs and remote work push thousands of residents out. Downtown vacancies are soaring, and some landlords are repurposing office buildings into apartments to survive. The shift to remote work has permanently changed how people view urban living. Many former renters have moved to nearby cities like Sacramento or Oakland for cheaper options. San Francisco's decline isn't just a blip, it's a long-term reset of what urban demand looks like in the new economy. Number 3, Las Vegas, Nevada. Las Vegas boomed after the pandemic as people sought affordable housing and sunshine. But by 2025, the glitter is fading. The city's rental prices have dropped around 15%, while short-term rental owners are facing steep declines in bookings. Tourism is no longer enough to keep the market afloat, and new apartment developments built in the last 3 years are now sitting half empty. Adding to the crisis are higher utility costs and low wage growth. The city's economy, still heavily dependent on hospitality, hasn't diversified enough to handle slower tourism. For many landlords, the party is over, replaced by growing anxiety about the next year's rent trends. Number 2, New York City, New York. Even the nation's biggest rental market isn't immune. In 2025, New York City has seen median rents fall by around 10%, and in some areas, like Midtown and parts of Brooklyn, declines reach nearly 20%. Corporations cutting back on office space, the rise of hybrid work, and migration to cheaper nearby states like New Jersey and Pennsylvania are all contributing factors. Subleasing has skyrocketed, and landlords are being forced to compete with tenants offering discounted sublets. For the first time in years, New York renters have leverage, and that's a major shift in power. While prices remain high by national standards, the city's rental correction marks a turning point after nearly a decade of relentless increases. Number 1, Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles tops the list as the city facing the steepest rent collapse in America. Rents have dropped 20% since mid-2024, and many luxury buildings are struggling to stay profitable. The reasons are wide-ranging. A wave of outbound migration to Texas and Nevada, rising property taxes, soaring insurance premiums, and slowing entertainment industry jobs. Downtown LA, once filled with ambitious development projects, is now a landscape of vacancies and leasing incentives. Landlords are offering unprecedented deals. No security deposits, free utilities, and even gift cards just to attract tenants. The average renter now has choices that would have been unimaginable 5 years ago. But for property owners, the story is grim. Many are underwater on mortgages or forced to refinance at higher rates. Economists warn that if the trend continues into 2026, Los Angeles could see its biggest rental correction since the early 1990s recession. Los Angeles' downfall serves as a warning to the entire country that even the most glamorous housing markets are not untouchable when affordability collapses. So, what's really behind this massive rent correction? 3 major forces are shaping America's housing future. First, oversupply. Developers built millions of new apartments between 2020 and 2024, betting on endless demand. That demand never fully arrived. Second, economic slowdown. Layoffs, inflation, and stagnant wages mean fewer people can afford high-end rentals. And third, remote work. Millions of Americans no longer need to live near city centers, shifting the balance towards smaller, more affordable towns. The outcome? A nationwide correction that's resetting the cost of living and reshaping urban America. For renters, it's relief after years of pressure. For landlords and investors, it's a wake-up call that the era of easy profits is over. But this isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of a new chapter in America's housing market. Over the next few years, as supply adjusts and the economy stabilizes, the market will find its balance again. Until then, one thing is clear. The rent bubble has burst, and the numbers don't lie. This was Discover with Vivek. If you found this breakdown helpful, subscribe for more deep dive stories about cities, travel, and global economic shifts shaping our world. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep discovering.